This is gearing up to be the most exciting snowboard contest season of all time. The Olympics are coming and the level of snowboarding has never been this amazing and the talent is just ridiculous. So this is my top 10 video. Who do I think is going to crush it this year and why? Starting with my boy Rocco. This guy's style is undeniable. Just look at how he approaches features. He's the pinnacle of bringing wild, creative snowboarding to the highest technical level. He is my wildcard slot because when he can do the biggest tricks, it's a little bit more rigid, it's a little bit more funky than a guy like this, Mons Roisland. Talk about an old dog who just won't quit. Every year he's coming back stronger and better than ever, and that's why you have to watch him, you have to respect him because he's the last old generation that can still hang with these kids with these new tricks. And he has some great creativity, great style. Mons Roisland, he wants it, he's hungry for it, and he's not going to quit until he walks away with that gold. And I think he's due. Like, this guy's putting the work every step of the way, and he just is a beast in every aspect of snowboarding. And he's one of my favorites to watch, super inspirational. Anyone rooting for the old gen, Mons Roisland's your guy. But speaking of the new gen, this guy, Haga, I'm not going to try the last names, but he's one of the most technical jumpers in all of snowboarding. He has like front 19s, cab 19s, what lets him go and open up his slope style runs completely. The problem is he's a very small individual, so it's rare to get a course where he can get enough speed. But if this guy can get in the air and you can let him shine, he's an absolute force to be reckoned with, and he could definitely win any big air contest. Gonna be less favorable in slope, but just a really hard guy to beat. And speaking of talent, look at this, Eli. He's one of the Whistler riders and he's doing the most ridiculous NBDs, followed up with banger tricks like this, backside 1900s. This is going to make him an absolute powerhouse in big air. I hope he makes it to X Games Big Air this year because I'd love to see what he's able to put down. He's inventor of the moose flip, great Canadian border, and like, look at this. No one else can even dream of doing something like that. And Knuckle Huck, come on, X Games, get on this guy. He's going to break the internet as soon as he gets the chance. Slope, gonna be a contender. I'm not sure if he has the experience to go and beat out someone like Mark McMorris. This guy is the guy to beat. You know exactly what he's coming with. You know what tricks he's gonna be doing in his run. And if you can't go and beat Mark McMorris's standard contest run, you're not going to be able to podium this year. Mark McMorris is going to just be setting the standard. You have to beat this run to be relevant, and he's going to lay it down. He's not going to be able to hang in the big air. He doesn't really have the 19s. He's working on some 18s, but he's just really consistent at what he does. And I'm not sure if he has big plans for this year, but if he wants to win something like big air or be the person to beat at slope, he's going to need to go and pull out the best snowboarding of his life because the competition is just that fierce. Prime Mark McMorris has a lot that he needs to contend with. Though he's the GOAT, so you can't ever count him out. You know he's going to land a really fantastic run pretty much every event. Speaking of the GOAT, Marcus Cleveland. This guy, most board control, most creative snowboarder. Like, he is currently in the process of trying to invent and unlock every single possible trick on a snowboard. He's had a little bit of a slow period recovering from injuries, but his showing last year, even though he got hurt in big air and couldn't really perform, like, he looks good on his snowboard, and you can't underestimate this kid's power and talent. He just knows how to do every trick. One of my favorite riders. It's been a shame that he's been sort of under the radar, but I know he's hungry for it. I know he has the potential. I just can't rank him higher on this list because we haven't seen what he's been able to do in a while. But like, look at this backside 2100. I know he biffs it, but like, look at how fast he's spinning. He could add another 360, just got a little bit lost. Combine that with the unique tricks. He's like, wherever snowboarding goes, Marcus Cleveland's going to be there, and if he gets a full season without taking a slam, you're going to hear about him. You're going to see mind-blowing stuff like that all the time. Speaking of mind-blowing, you can't talk about an Olympic year without the last Olympic champion, big air, and slopestyle. Max Perot, boot grabbed, didn't count. This guy, he is a beast. Ripping 18s, ripping 19s, has the 21s, and he has it in a really spinny style that's going to be really favorable to contest riding. I don't think it's going to get scored quite as high as some of the other rider styles on this list, so that's why he's ranked a little bit lower. But he has the tricks, he has the potential, and he's been in these high pressure situations before, and just look at how this guy spins. He has such amazing air control. Get this guy in the air, he's going to do great. His rails will leave a little bit to be desired. Hirto Agiwara, 2300, enough said. Wait a minute. There isn't a dude who has a trick that can beat a 2360. We're either going to need to change big air events, or someone's going to need to pull out the holy grail of NBDs. I think there's still a little more potential. Maybe an extra 360 on both backside and frontside is possible, but the jump you're going to need for that is beast. And like, if someone's going to do the bigger trick, it's going to be this guy. His 2300, give that guy a bigger jump, he's going to do another rotation. I just don't know how much bigger they can make these jumps. You start getting really diminishing returns. The bigger the jump, the more speed and the less airtime you're going to get in response. To a point where, like, if you're hitting a 40-foot jump, you'll get like 2 seconds of airtime. And then if you're hitting like an 80-foot jump, you'll get like 3 seconds of airtime. So will they be able to make a jump big enough for this guy to push the limits? Maybe, but what we're going to see is really powerful slope runs. If they make a jump that's big enough at big air, good luck anyone out there who has the balls to want to even do something like that. It's ridiculous the risk this guy is taking just to try that trick, let alone stomp it. So we're going to be seeing him, and it's really, really exciting at every event this year. Oh my goodness, this guy sure is good at snowboarding. Speaking of winning on the jumps, we're at our top 3 riders, and all these 3 dudes are at the peak of the sport, and they're going to explode. And this guy, Ian, oh my goodness, he has been blowing my mind. He has all wave 19s, he has 2 wave 21s. He was sort of like Marcus Cleveland back in the day, where people are like, oh, this guy's all spin, no style. But this year, he's polished up, and he's looking sharp, he's looking deadly, and I would not want to be in the same ring as this guy. Just look at how he stomps his tricks. He wants it so bad, and then he has the ability to go and pull out a more huck move and just lock in those toes. I don't know if we've ever seen a snowboarder that can lock in the toes like this. Like, watch this. Boom! He just absorbs it, like, absolutely. So this isn't going to score as well as some axes and stuff, but the fact that he can rotate this quick means he might be able to do it in slope. And if he can go and link some 18s and 19s in slope, it doesn't matter if he's a little bit further behind on the rails, because this is some of the most powerful, aggressive, cool jumping that anyone's doing right now. And he is going to be a contender for first place at every single event this year. And he's one of my absolute favorites to win it. I've never seen anyone rip that powerful, but I've never seen anyone rip this consistent. Liam Braley, this kid is on another level. Just talking about rails, this guy could probably win every single contest's rail section 5 times over 5 different runs. He has the most innate ability to go and separate his upper and lower body, but opens up the potential and control over his snowboard. Like, look at this. It's actually ridiculous. Like, you don't understand how good Liam Braley is until you snowboard with him. This guy just doesn't mess up. He just lands tricks. He's a little bit limited on jumps. You know, he's going to do like a back 16, SWAC 14, cab 18. What is ridiculous, any other year, it's a first place run, and he almost won absolutely everything last year. Go back, watch the events. Liam Braley was like 1 mistake away from winning it all. And that's just because he can do these tricks, the hardest rail tricks in the world, and do it every time. Like, this guy, he doesn't look like he's struggling when he does like an 18, does a 16. It's just, if the conditions are what he expects, he goes and performs to such a calculated level, making him a fierce contender, and something absolutely ridiculous will need to be done to beat this guy at any event. Like, if you see Liam Braley in the contest pool, there's a high chance that he's walking away with the gold. Like, if he lands his run, what he's usually gonna do, it's going to score ridiculously high. It's just perfect. There's nothing you can really change about it. The technicality there's, the skills there, and no one else is doing rail tricks like this in their contest runs. It's just such high risk, and no one else has that control. And that's where he really stands out. As an overall slopestyle rider, he's the top in the world, and I don't think anyone's going to be able to beat Liam Braley on his best day, unless they make the course absolutely ridiculous and make it so his jumps aren't big enough to hang. Well, it's gonna be a hard course to find. This brings us to our number 1 pick and the rider I've been so impressed with, Jake Cantor. This guy is riding so powerful, so controlled, and the biggest thing that I think separates him between all these other riders is he just rides so within his limits. Like, this guy is in control at every single moment he's on his snowboard. And the style and precision is just so clean. And it's like that OG snowboard style too. Just, you can't watch Jake Cantor and not be like, that guy's crisp, that guy's on it. And it's Olympic year, he wants to win, he has the motivation, he has the tricks, and that's what we're going to expect. He's going to go and land his stocked run, and I'm not sure if there's anyone in the world that can beat his stock run when he's going and riding on a good day. So if it's sketchy conditions that limit him, we could see a bit, but back 18, his 14s are all so on lock, his rails are there, and he's just looking so good. Like, if you want to see perfect snowboarding, watch Jake Cantor very closely this year, because consistently he is doing the best snowboarding the world has ever seen, and that's why he's my number 1 pick. I just can't honestly believe what I'm seeing. I've never seen someone this crisp, this controlled. It's an absolute pleasure, and it's going to be a ridiculous year. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know, who do you think's gonna win it? Did I miss anyone? Am I sleeping on any of your favorite riders? Personally, I wanna see Rocco do it. I wanna see him do stuff like this in contests. And yeah, it's just such an exciting year. It's such a good time to be a fan of snowboarding. So let me know your thoughts on what this season's gonna hold in the comments below, and we'll be back at it with another video soon.